full chain, rock bottom, and handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look, see, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 gripping. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live in. Showtime at the Apollo.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Dustin Hopkins about set to get us started, and off we go from SoFi Stadium. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster. Turn to the 14-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Carr right away going to look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Khalil Mack coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. On the return, Carter. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Herbert off of play action. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And some room to maneuver. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have more bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Herbert. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Darren Waller's one of the top tight ends in the NFL, and when he's healthy, he's always on pace for a 1,000-yard season. Easy play right there for him to move the chains.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On play action, it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From his own end zone, Herbert in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Raiders 14, Chargers 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there. Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade, but I know they're happy to have it.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon Marshall, and their new teams are really excited to have them because they provide big-time targets.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Play action. It's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That one caught by Carter. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. first down. Justin Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd down and goal. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On play action. Now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Brown with his stick skills. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 25 on 2nd down. Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now Carr again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. On the return comes Cobb. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Now Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This is a counter play. Eckler, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll get that one to Carter complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Herbert on 1st down now. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Herbert now. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Herbert. And that was complete downfield to Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Hopkins with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's back-to-back catches for Devontae Adams.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. On the option, here's Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Herbert off of play action. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
And the reception made by Green. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Brings up second and 8 at the 49-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He finds his man complete. That's Carter. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Carr. Pass complete. It's Adams. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now Carr. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. Thank goodness he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Chargers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week one victory here by a field goal.
Remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded.